In order to succeed in business, you need to look after the customers that you already have, as well as generate new business. By utilising a CRM system, you can ensure that you don't miss out on important opportunities. You'll be surprised how many times you already have the information you need to generate additional business. You just don't know how to access it. Today will be a brief overview of the things you should consider in a CRM, as it would take me over an hour just to give you an introduction to the system that I use, and would take several further hours to show you it in detail. A good CRM is much more than an address book. If that is all it was, then we'd all just stick to our email contact list. One of the most important features of a good CRM system is the contact history. The system I use for my clients has proved invaluable, as I've been able to use that contact history that we've entered to prove poor customer service from a supplier and managed to get my client out of a 3-year contract just a few months in without any financial penalty. Contact history can be generated electronically, be that emails, website integration, account integration, or tasks completed, and can also be entered manually in the notes section. This is important whether you work on your own or as part of a team. No two of my clients use their CRM in the same way. They all adapt it to suit their business needs, and this is exactly how it should be. Your CRM system should work for you. How can you use your CRM to generate business? You can add follow-up tasks. You can generate mailing lists from the tags that you've already entered. You can track your sales pipeline, and you can utilise the reports. When you first start out in business, it's quite easy to remember to follow a new prospect up. You have so few inquiries, you don't need anything more than the original email and a note in your calendar to follow up. However, as your business grows, the demands on your time increase, and there is no greater sin than that of not following through. The task calendar can integrate with your existing calendar. It's a one-way integration, so it cannot be edited from within your calendar though. This can be for anything. You can link to contacts within your CRM, add a personal reminder to collect the dry cleaning, or you can set a track of events that automatically appear as the previous activity is marked complete. This has been something I've used with a client to ensure that inquiries entered on their sales pipeline are all handled in the correct process mandated by the owner. You can also assign tasks to another user of your CRM. You receive an email each morning showing you the tasks that have been assigned to you that day. A tag is just a way of grouping people for use at a later date. It's not a unique identifier. Several of your contacts can have the same tag, and there is no limit to the number of tags a contact could have. For example, I add a tag to the contacts in my CRM to show me who wants to be kept updated about a monthly coffee morning that I run. I use tags to show me who is a customer and who is a supplier. In my old job, I used to use tags to show client hobbies, so we knew who liked golf, who liked racing and so on, so we could work out who we should invite to corporate events. I even have a tag to show me who is on my Christmas card list. The beauty of tags is that when you create a report with them, the list updates automatically. Sales pipeline is one of the features that is actually least used by my particular group of clients, as most of them prefer to use the tasks or cases feature. I do have a client who runs a furniture showroom though, and has several salespeople. They use the pipeline to monitor the activity in the business and to ensure that the processes are being followed. A sales pipeline is entering prospect inquiries and adding a percentage probability of success for the inquiry. I used to use this a lot more in my previous work, where my general manager was out on the road on sales calls, and we had to report back to the rest of the board on the pipeline at board meetings. The tags I've entered can be used to generate reports, also known as lists. You cannot use the OR command at the present time, but you can drill down to get the information that you need. From these reports, I can export to CSV if I want to do a mail merge. I can update my MailChimp mail list. I can email everyone on the list, or I can add a tag. I do this if I need to combine several lists together into one. Or I can add one note and it will appear in the contact history of everyone on that list. There is a huge temptation when you get a new CRM system to rush and populate it with contacts, and this is actually the worst thing that you can do. By all means, enter all your contacts via that CSV file, but if you put a bit of thought into it before that stage, I can guarantee you will spend a lot less time editing your CRM over the coming months. Whether you choose to use mind mapping software on your iPad or a simple pen and paper, plan your CRM system. Before you put any information in there, you need to consider what information you want to be able to get out of it at a later date. I always ask my clients to spend time on this stage, as it saves them so much time later on and also ensures that they get the maximum benefit from their CRM. For example, you cannot send a mailing to clients who've been with you for over 2 years if you haven't recorded the client start date in the first place. Information that is unique to one contact is known as a custom field. You should create these before you import any records, but bear in mind, to complete a custom field, you normally need to edit a contact record. A CRM is only as good as the weakest person who enters data. Make your CRM as simple as possible to use, as at some point your business may grow and you will need additional users on your CRM. You can use a tag as a data tag. An example of this is you use a data tag to show that a contact is a customer, and the tag prompts you to enter the client start date at the point you apply the tag. Another would be prompting you for a customer number when you use a data tag of customer. Again, these data tags or custom fields should be created before you import any data. The best way to import data is in CSV format. Before you import your list, look at the information you may want to add to it. If you have a list of just names and addresses, would you like to specify now whether the contact is a customer or a supplier? Perhaps you may want to tag a contact as personal. I have edited CSV files for clients to incorporate tags and custom fields. As mentioned earlier, a custom field needs to exist before you can import. However, a tag can be automatically generated from your CSV. At this stage, you can also enter background notes and contact notes. The background box remains on the left of the screen whilst you are viewing a contact, whereas the history scrolls up and down in date order. A good example of the background info was when I worked with an IFA. I would ring the pension provider and they would ask me policy numbers, spouses' names, or national insurance numbers. I would store this information in the background field so that it was always there available to me on the phone call. Most email clients allow you to export your contact information in CSV format. You may need to map some fields when you process the import. This is just telling the CRM where it should put the information from your spreadsheet, if your spreadsheet has slightly different headings. You should remember to keep the first name and surname in separate columns, but you can have all your tags in one column as long as they are separated by a comma. You may find that you have the same contacts in more than one place. At the present time, Capsule won't allow us to merge contacts when we import, although we can merge duplicate records if they occur at a later date. Spend some time now making sure that the contact information you enter is as complete as possible. Incorporate your separate spreadsheets into one, and make sure you have one line for each contact with as much information as possible. When I import contacts that have been generated from business cards, I always tag them as business card so that I know where the information came from. You can do the same using tags such as email or LinkedIn. So remember, plan your CRM system before you start. The more time you spend getting your initial import right, the less time you will spend later on editing your CRM. Set tasks and complete them. It's no good having a task list that is continually overdue and uncompleted. Integrate your CRM with the available systems. I have a contact form on my website that integrates directly into the CRM. My account system integrates with my CRM, and my MailChimp newsletter service integrates with my CRM. Keep your CRM open all the time. Every time you have any contact with a client, log it. If you're going to email a client, do it from within the CRM, then there's no question that that contact is going to be recorded. It's also very handy if you're using the social media integration. You can see what your customer's been saying on Twitter and include that in your conversation. Enter your contact in your CRM. If you ring a client, if you have a face-to-face meeting, if you've got an email, enter that information into your CRM system. Use the tags and the custom fields. These are the information that you are going to use at a later date to build your lists and to get the information you need to generate business back out of your system. If you need to contact me, you can contact me on 01904 890 212, or you can email me at helen@hlsbs.co.uk. You can also contact me on Twitter at Helen Stothard. If you'd like a free trial of Capsule CRM, then just click on the link below. And do get in touch if you have any questions. Thank you.